In the shadowy corners of fantasy literature, where the line between civilization and wilderness blurs, stands Fafhrd, a towering figure of might and mystery. Born from the harsh, unforgiving cold waste, Fafhrd's heritage is as wild as the icy winds that sweep across his homeland. His story, intertwined with that of his companion, the Grey Mouser, forms the backbone of Fritz Leiber's legendary tale set in the world of Nuon. Today we're going to talk about the roots of this barbarian hero, exploring how his origins from the cold waste not only defines his physical prowess, but also shapes the very essence of his adventure. Fafhrd's origins in the cold waste, a vast frozen expanse where survival is a daily battle, have forged him into a warrior of formidable strength and resilience. Raised among the Snow Clan, a people as hardy as the land they inhabit, Fafhrd learned early that might often equals right. His physical prowess, a blend of raw power and the agility needed to navigate icy terrains, makes him a tough opponent in any combat. This background not only equips him with the skills necessary for survival, but also instills in him a deep respect for nature's harshness, influencing his approach to life's challenges with a blend of pragmatism and ferocity. The cold waste's influence extends beyond mere physicality. It shapes Fafhrd's worldview and moral compass. His adventures, often set against the backdrop of the bustling city of Lankhmar, contrast sharply with his upbringing. This dichotomy between his barbarian roots and the urban complexities of Lankhmar creates a rich narrative ground. Fafhrd's interactions, whether with the city's denizens or mythical creatures, are colored by his outsider status, providing a unique lens through which to view the themes of civilization versus barbarism, freedom versus constraint. His heritage as a barbarian not only sets him apart as a hero of unparalleled physical might, but also as a character of profound depth, navigating the moral ambiguities of his world with a blend of naivety and wisdom gained from the stark lessons of the Cold Waste. The relationship between Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser forms the heart of Fritz Leiber's sword and sorcery tales, characterized by a dynamic interplay of contrasting personalities that enrich their adventures. Fafhrd, the towering barbarian from the Cold Waste, brings to the partnership a blend of raw strength, a straightforward approach to life, and a deep-seated respect for nature's harshness. His physical might contrasts with the Grey Mouser's agility and cunning, the latter being a former apprentice to wizards whose intellect and roguish charm often complement Fafhrd's more direct methods. This dichotomy in their approaches to problem-solving, Fafhrd's brute force versus Mouser's strategic finesse, creates a narrative tension that drives their stories, making each adventure a unique blend of muscle and mind. Their partnership transcends mere companionship. It's a bond forged in mutual respect and shared experiences, where each man's primary loyalty is to the other, despite their frequent romantic entanglements. This relationship is not just about contrasting personalities, it's also about the complementary skills that allow them to navigate the treacherous landscapes of Nuon, from the dark alleys of Lankhmar to the mystical realms beyond. Their adventures often highlight themes of freedom versus constraint, where Fafhrd's barbarian heritage might yearn for the open skies, while the Mouser with his urban background might see the value in the city's shadows. This dynamic not only shapes their interactions with the world, but also reflects on broader themes of civilization versus barbarism, morality in ambiguous situations, and the eternal quest for personal freedom within a world teeming with magic and danger. Their tales, rich with humor, satire, and a touch of melancholy, showcase how two such different individuals can find in each other not just a partner in arms, but a mirror to their own souls, exploring the depths of a friendship in a fantastical setting. Lankhmar, the city of 1,000 adventures, serves not only as a backdrop but as a character in its own right within the tales of Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser. Nestled at the mouth of the river Halal, this ancient metropolis is a sprawling labyrinth of dark alleys, towering spires, and bustling markets, where magic, intrigue, and danger lurk around every corner. For Fafhrd, whose origins lie in the stark, open expanses of the Cold Waste, Lankhmar represents the opposite, a place of civilization's excesses where human ambition and vice flourish. The city's complex social structure, from its thieves' guilds to its sorcerers' circles, provide endless opportunities for adventure, reflecting themes of urban decay, corruption, and the struggle for power. Notable adventures in Lankhmar often revolve around the duo's encounter with the city's darker elements. One such tale involves their dealings with the Thieves' Guild, where Fafhrd's brute strength and Mouser's cunning are tested against the city's criminal underbelly. Another adventure sees them confronting the overlord of Lankhmar, navigating the treacherous political landscape to thwart plots that could plunge the city into chaos. These stories not only showcase the city's role as a nexus of conflict, but also highlight how Fafhrd's outsider perspective on urban life contrasts with the Mouser's more familiar, albeit still wary, navigation of its complexities. Through these adventures, Lankhmar becomes a crucible where themes of freedom, power, and morality are explored, with Fafhrd's barbarian heritage often clashing with the city's sophisticated yet corruptive influences, creating a rich tapestry of narrative that celebrates the city's dark allure while critiquing its moral ambiguities. Fafhrd's romantic entanglements add a layer of complexity to his character, often serving as pivotal points in his development and adventures. One of his most significant relationships is with Vlana, a fellow adventurer who shares his love for freedom and the thrill of danger. Vlana, with her own backstory of loss and resilience, mirrors Fafhrd's own struggles with identity and belonging. Their relationship, marked by mutual respect and a shared desire for adventure, influences Fafhrd by grounding him in moments of emotional depth, challenging his barbarian instincts with considerations of loyalty and love. Vlana's eventual fate, shrouded in mystery and sorrow, leaves a lasting impact on Fafhrd, coloring his subsequent adventures with a sense of loss and a deeper understanding of human vulnerability. Another notable romantic interest is the Sea King's daughter, a figure of myth and enchantment who captures Fafhrd's heart with her otherworldly beauty and the promise of a life beyond the mundane. This relationship introduces themes of enchantment, the allure of the unknown, and the conflict between mortal desires and supernatural commitments. The Sea King's daughter, with her connection to the mystical and the sea, pulls Fafhrd into realms where his physical strength alone cannot suffice. This affair not only highlights Fafhrd's capacity for deep, almost poetic love, but also his willingness to venture into the unknown for the sake of passion, thereby enriching his character with layers of emotional depth and a broader perspective on life's mysteries. His sword, the Heart of Angus, is not merely a weapon, but a symbol intertwined with his identity and the myths that surround him. The sword was created in the mystical forges of the Cold Waste. This sword embodies the spirit of its namesake, Angus, a legendary warrior whose bravery and strength are said to have been imbued into the blade itself. The Heart of Angus is known for its exceptional craftsmanship with a blade that sings through the air, a sound that has become synonymous with Fafhrd's presence in battle. Its history is rich with tales of heroism passed down through generations, making it not just a tool of combat but a legacy, a testament to the warrior culture from which Fafhrd hails. Beyond its physical attributes, the Heart of Angus holds symbolic significance. It represents Fafhrd's connection to his heritage, a constant reminder of his roots in the Cold Waste and the values of his people, honor, courage, and the relentless pursuit of freedom. This sword, often depicted as glowing with an inner light in moments of great need or emotional intensity, serves as a conduit for Fafhrd's own spirit. It's through this weapon that he channels his emotions, his rage, his sorrow, and his joy, making each swing not just an act of combat but an expression of his inner self. The Heart of Angus, therefore, transcends its role as a mere weapon. It's a companion, a symbol of his lineage, and a physical manifestation of his inner strength, making Fafhrd's adventures not just tales of physical prowess, but journeys of self-discovery and cultural continuity. Fafhrd's adventures in the world of Nuon are steeped in encounters with the mystical and the mythical, weaving a rich tapestry of fantasy that defines his narrative. From his earliest tales, Fafhrd, alongside the Grey Mouser, engages with a myriad of magical beings and forces, wizards like Ningabel of the Seven Eyes and Shilba of the Eyeless Face, who serve as both mentors and manipulators, often set the duo on paths that blur the lines between heroism and mischief. These wizards, with their cryptic advice and magical interventions, not only propel Fafhrd into various quests, but also challenge his understanding of power, fate, and the very fabric of Nuon's reality. Their interactions highlight the theme of destiny versus free will, as Fafhrd navigates through spells, curses, and enchantments that test his physical might and moral fiber. Beyond wizards, Fafhrd's world is populated with gods and mythical creatures that further enrich the lore of Nuon. His encounters with these beings often serve as pivotal moments in his stories. Dealing with gods like Kos or Isik of the Jug, though rare, underscore the presence of higher powers that occasionally meddle in mortal affairs, influencing events with their whims or through the machinations of their followers. Creatures like the ghouls of Lankhmar or the invisible folk of Stardock Mountain introduce elements of horror and wonder, showcasing Nuon as a place where the natural and supernatural coexist in a delicate balance. These interactions not only provide Fafhrd with adversaries and allies, but also reflect deeper themes of humanity's place in a universe filled with forces beyond comprehension, where bravery, wit, and sometimes sheer luck are just the only currencies that matter. Through these encounters, Fafhrd's adventures become an exploration of the fantastical, where every step into the unknown could lead to a confrontation with myth or magic. defining his legacy as much as his swordplay. Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser, created by Fritz Leiber, have cast a long shadow over the landscape of fantasy literature, influencing numerous works that followed in their wake. Their adventures, set in the richly detailed world of Nuon, particularly in the city of Lankhmar, introduced a nuanced approach to sword and sorcery that went beyond the typical heroic narratives. Leiber's characters, with their complex personalities and moral ambiguities, paved the way for more psychologically intricate protagonists in fantasy. This can be seen in the works of authors like Michael Moorcock, whose Elric of Melniboné shares thematic elements of existential struggle and moral complexity, or even George R.R. Martin's A Song of Fire and Ice, where characters often grapple with shades of gray rather than clear-cut good or evil. The influence extends beyond literature into role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons, where the archetype of the rogue or the morally ambiguous adventure can trace its lineage back to Leiber's duo. The dynamic between Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser, a blend of friendship, rivalry, and mutual dependence, has also permeated other narratives, subtly influencing how partnerships are depicted in fantasy, from the buddy dynamics in films like Conan the Barbarian to the complex relationships in TV series like Game of Thrones. Through these avenues, Leiber's work not only shaped the genre, but also provided a template for character development and world building that continues to inspire creators across different media. Fafhrd's legacy in fantasy literature is marked by his enduring appeal, which stems from his rich character development and the universal themes his adventures explore. This complexity resonates with readers because it mirrors the human condition more authentically than the typical black and white morality often found in fantasy. Fafhrd's journey from a barbarian with simple desires to a figure grappling with love, loss, and the supernatural reflects the reader's own life journey, making his character not just an escapist figure, but a mirror to our own existential quests. The timelessness of Fafhrd lies in his ability to transcend the genre's conventions. His stories, set against the backdrop of the richly detailed world of Nuon, especially the city of Lankhmar, offer more than just swordplay and sorcery. They delve into philosophical inquiries about destiny, freedom, and the nature of power. This depth, combined with Leiber's masterful storytelling where human satire and profound moments coexist, ensures that Fafhrd's tale remains relevant. His relationships, especially his bond with the Grey Mouser, showcase a platonic love that transcends typical heroic partnerships, offering readers a model of friendship that is both aspirational and deeply human. This blend of high adventure with introspective moments makes Fafhrd a character who not only entertains but also provokes thought, ensuring his place in the pantheon of fantasy literature as both a relic of the past and a beacon for future explorations in the genre. If you have never read Tales of Lankhmar or any of the Fritz Leiber stuff, I highly recommend it. I was introduced to Tales of Lankhmar through just happenstance when I was looking for Mike Mignola art, and this book kind of just jumped out at me. I didn't know that he had done the art on the interior paperback, but he did art for the chapters of the book, and he did the cover. I had to pick it up. It's one of the best books I've just randomly picked up and started to read. So I highly recommend, if you haven't read any of the Fritz Leiber stuff, go out there and check it out. You know, it fits right in with the mythology and fantasy and stuff that you guys like. And the tales are great. It's great writing. All right, that's all I've got for today. If you like it, give us a like and subscribe. If you don't like it, that's okay too. Other than that, have a great day.